Was France's record victory the last time out against Italy the best preparation for this monumental game coming up this weekend? Well, only time will tell. Hello, amateurs. Welcome back to a Six Nations series. You know, hit subscribe. I'm here with you throughout the championship and beyond. Don't miss out on any other future episodes. Now, that France-Italy game, myself and Mike from Fratelli the Rugby podcast took a deep dive into that one. I'll link it up there for you, so go and check that one out if you want some more detailed analysis on exactly what France got up to last time out. It was impressive, I'll tell you that much. But today, in this video, I am going to be looking at what I think the French team will be to face Ireland this coming Saturday in Dublin, in the game that will almost certainly decide, or go a long way at least, to deciding the destination of this year's Six Nations champions. Last week, France had Thierry Henry in their squad just to have a little chat with them about, who knows what, just big game situations. They're always good at sharing expertise from across sports and things like that. Very valuable, I'm sure. Thierry Henry obviously has his own history with the Irish sporting public, following a little handball once upon a time. The squad updates for France. Once again, the French revolving door is very hard to keep track of, and they've got a 42-man squad again currently for this weekend. Out of that squad are Abedi, Falatea, Gaeton, who's played a big role in this championship so far, mostly from the bench, and Jalibert as well, also out. But in come Cretin, Montagna, Arus, and Domon. So I'm not sure that actually any of those will make a difference to the starting, the 23 that Galthie will pick. Maybe Gaeton would have been on the bench. I'm not sure. But what did I want to see from the French against the Italians last time out? Because they went 7-1 on the bench. I just wanted them to, I thought they were just going to batter away with the forwards constantly, but they actually had to do very little of that because the Italians gave them space. And as soon as there was space available, the French were through it and scored some incredible tries, 11 in total. It was elite. Like creation of space and awareness then to take it. Just Dupont in particular, I mean, he was a master, but so many of the forwards as well get into a seam, pass the ball back out of it, and then they go and attack another channel. It is absolutely quality play, and it was great examples of it against the Italians last time out. Overall, though, they wouldn't have learned a great deal. It would have been a half-decent workout, but probably quite nice for the spirit, to run in a load of tries. It's always fun to do that. But in terms of preparation for this game, probably not the greatest, really. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into the selection for Ireland this Saturday, 8th of March, the first game. It's the early game, this one, the first one of the weekend. It feels like this should be the finale of the weekend, maybe the whole tournament, but fixtures are scheduled the way they are, and that's it. The forward pack, the forwards have gone well for France. There's no question about that. The lineup has been an issue, but that's been solved. I think the only change I'll make from the previous week is that if Manny Miafu is back and fit after being sick, then I think he has to start. He's so huge for this French team, and I mean that literally and metaphorically. He's just such a big ball carrier, such an impression on this side. And as well as Guillard played last week, and he did play very well last week, 2 weeks ago, I think this is their starting front five now. And as much as I've been trying to relegate Gross to the bench a few times, it seems like he's now nailed on first choice in that number 1 jersey with Cyril Bay to come on from the bench. 6 and 7 for France. You have sometimes you watch games and teams, and some players are kind of invisible to you. Well, I've had that with Cross and Boudehon previously, so I've made a real big dedication to try and look out for them this championship. And man, they get through a ton of work. They're both so physical as well. Tall, big, aggressive flankers. Quite similar in lots of ways, to be honest, and that's the way the French like to do it in their back row. Very good players, the pair of them. Aldry, obviously, continuing at number 8, one of the very best in the entire world. When we look at the backs, a couple of big decisions, I think, for Galthie. Romain Ntamack is back available after suspension. And then Penaud was dropped completely out of the entire matchday squad for last time against Italy. And it was dropped, apparently, for not working hard enough, apparently, off his wing, which is not like him because he works so hard normally. What does he do? What does Galthie do for this huge fixture? I think he goes back to what has historically been his strongest side, his most experienced players. Ntamack comes straight back in at 10. His relationship with Dupont is just unbelievable. France are never the same when it's not the pair of them. They work together so well. Ramos back to 15, where he's one of the very best, and Penaud will come onto the wing. This fixture 2 years ago, Penaud scored one of the great Six Nations tries, and if given an inkling of space, there's no doubt they will be a major threat for the Irish again. Ntamack did great against the Italians. He looks like a real live wire and a great talent. But I just think for a game like this, when they might well be under a little bit of an aerial bombardment as well from the Irish, you go experience, you go with the guys that have done it there for you before. Moefana and Barati to continue in the centres. Quite understated, I would say, the pair of them. They're both kind of just facilitators. They both help keep the space on the outside and move the ball through the hands. Neither of them making a huge number of breaks this tournament, but just good, solid players. On to the bench, and we go Marchand, Sirbai, Dorian Aldegheri, Guillard to keep it to go onto the bench. Rumar, because I think no matter what happens, the French need a second row, a line-out call in second row, jumping second row on the bench in case Flamand doesn't make it through. Jelonch, and then I'm going to go with 6-2. I think the 7-1 was just an experiment, maybe against the Italians last time out. I can't really. It doesn't make any sense to me personally to do a 7-1 bench. So Le Garrec, who was preferred earlier in the tournament to come back, and Leo Barre, who was actually outstanding against the Italians, to make up the 23. Okay. What do I want to see from this French team? I want to see them play like they did against England, but not drop the ball every time they make a break. I want to see a thrilling, exciting game. And that means the French have got to come to play. And this is one of those games where I don't think either side really, aside from a couple of tiny tweaks maybe, neither side is going to change the way they play because they're playing Ireland, because France are playing Ireland or Ireland are playing France. They're going to go out and put their game on the pitch and try and make the other team deal with it. So if the French do that, then they'll obviously look to gain territory. They don't play a lot from within their own half. But when they do get down there, they will be looking to batter away at the Irish, try and make some dents, try and go through the line if they can, and then flood. If not, get them narrowed up and then kick or pass wide for the tries. And, of course, any kind of broken field situation as well from kick chase, battered down kicks, all those kind of breaks in play. Look for the French to just take off and go, because their sort of reorganization, their realignment, and then identification of exactly where the space is, the best space to attack, and their ability to get the ball there is very high up there in world rugby, probably second to none. So that's what I want to see. I think we could have a real thrilling game on our hands on Saturday if both these teams come out and try and win the game, rather than try and stick in it until the last 10 minutes and not lose it, give themselves a chance to win. Okay, that's what I think. As usual with French selection, it is very difficult to judge. Galthie is renowned for making some maybe unorthodox decisions at times. And just the revolving door of the French squad also makes it difficult to keep track. But let me know what you think. Any players that you think will definitely be playing that I haven't mentioned, let me know in the comments down below and I'll join you there for a friendly conversation. Give this video a big thumbs up while you're down there. It helps other great rugby fans like you find it, and you can subscribe there. You can watch that one next. And don't forget to get out and play.